From being drunk in a pub to claiming ownership of a whale. These are 10 of the craziest historical laws that still exist in the United Kingdom today. Sometimes the law can feel a bit strange, but in today's video we are going to be looking at some of the strangest laws that for some reason the British government hasn't quite gotten around to unwriting. Now if this video is successful, I might explore crazy historical laws that still exist in other countries. So like, share and leave a comment if you want me to do your country. Number 10. It is illegal to handle a salmon suspiciously. The suspicious salmon law was first introduced to stop illegal fishing, but what do they mean by suspicious? Well, as it turns out, the government actually made the law vague on purpose to allow authorities to crack down on illegal fishing and black market salmon trading. So, how does one handle a salmon suspiciously? You could be in possession of a salmon but cannot prove where you got it from, so make sure that you keep your receipts as this law is still in existence. Just imagine meeting someone in a back alley at 2 o'clock in the morning to buy some salmon suspiciously. Now the craziest thing about this law is that it was introduced in 1986 and even amended in 2009 to include other fish such as trout, eels and lampreys. Number 9. It is illegal to be drunk in a pub. Now this is a weird one, as that is literally the point of going to a pub. Anyway, in 1872, to combat drunkenness, the British government made it illegal to be drunk in a pub. The law states that it is illegal for any person to be drunk on licensed premises. Now, the law is rarely enforced, but legally speaking, if you are drunk in a pub, the landlord should call the police instead of pouring you another pint. Number 8. It is illegal to fire a cannon within 300 yards of someone's house. Alright, so this one does make sense when you think about it, as unless you're laying siege, you should really have no reason to be firing a cannon at anything in the United Kingdom. In 1839, the Metropolitan Act banned the discharge of any cannon within 300 yards of a dwelling, probably to stop people from solving neighbourhood disputes with heavy artillery. So, even though the law in this case is completely justified, I just thought it was funny. And why 300 yards? Does that mean it's technically legal to fire a cannon at someone's house from 301 yards away? Because some cannons can actually do that. Please don't try this at home, or anyone else's home. Number 7. No carrying planks of wood on the pavement. 1839 was a strange year for the British judicial system, as another act from the Metropolitan Police stated that nobody is allowed to carry any plank, pole, ladder, showboards, or placard along the footpath. Originally introduced to stop tradesmen from blocking the way, today it just sounds like overkill. Imagine being stopped by police for carrying a 2x4 to your car from B&Q. Number 6. TV license. I understand why you need a license to drive a car or carry a firearm, as those things are potentially dangerous. But why in the hell do you need a license to watch television? The TV license was originally brought into effect in 1946 as a way to fund the BBC so that they did not have to generate revenue through advertising. This meant that the BBC could remain neutral and the British public could, in theory, trust the information they were getting. Whilst the law originally had good intentions, it no longer makes sense. Most people under the age of 40 don't even watch the BBC but still have to pay a license every year anyway. Unlike most laws on this list, the TV license is actually enforced by the police to this day, with people actually being prosecuted for watching a TV that they paid for in their own house. Despite the public backlash, the government continues to support the BBC, and this allows the company to basically operate as a legalised protection racket, sending threatening letters and even hired goons to people's houses in an attempt to intimidate people into handing over money. With all of the recent scandals and diminishing quality of the actual content, surely it's time to abandon this ridiculous law. Number 5. It is illegal to beat or shake a carpet in public. Again, 1839. You cannot beat a carpet or a rug in the street. You are, however, allowed to beat a shackle or a doormat, but only before 8 a.m. Seriously, I don't understand why you have to do it before 8 a.m. The law is not really enforced, but if police officers are looking for an easy arrest to bump up their stats, then be careful not to shake your doormat at 8:01 or else. Number 4, gambling in a library. Now, I'm not sure why you'd want to gamble inside a library anyway, but just in case you were thinking about it, don't. It's illegal. The law was first introduced in 1898, and it also includes swearing and riotous and indecent behaviour. Okay, that part kind of makes sense, but why gambling? I can't imagine this law gets many prosecutions these days, but just to be safe, maybe don't put money on a horse at your local library. Number 3, you can't be drunk whilst in charge of a horse. Speaking of horses, in 1872, a law was introduced stating that it is illegal to be intoxicated whilst in charge of a horse. I suppose that this was the original drink driving law. Imagine breathalyzing someone on a horse. Now, the law also applies to cows, so be careful or you might get nicked. Number 2, you cannot claim ownership of a beached whale. The oldest law on this list, stemming from 1322, states that if a whale, sturgeon, or porpoise washed up on British shores, then it is property of the monarch. Edward II declared that these are royal fish, even though a whale is not a fish, and you can be legally prosecuted if you try to claim ownership of it. I can't imagine this being a regular occurrence, but just be aware the next time you're at the seaside, if you see a beached whale, it's not yours. It belongs to King Charles. Alright, so before we get to number 1, here are some honourable mentions. It is illegal to jump the queue at the tube station. It is illegal to be drunk in charge of a steam engine.
I want to fly the train!
It is illegal to play the game Knock-a-Door Run. And it is illegal to wear armour in Parliament. Okay, number 1. It is illegal to fly a kite. Flying a kite is actually a crime in the United Kingdom. Seriously, under the Town Police Clauses Act of 1847, it is an offence to fly a kite or play any game likely to annoy or endanger passers-by in a public place. Originally intended to prevent public disturbances, this law means that flying a kite in your local park could technically be considered illegal. So, don't be messing around with kites, you bloody criminal. Thank you for watching the video. Which law do you think is the craziest? Let me know in the comment section, and while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching and have a great day.